So what in the world happened to the Thrive Life freeze-dried food company anyway? Why did they shut their doors? And where do we go from here? Well, many of you have actually suggested that us Thrive Life consultants come together, form our own company, and that's what we've done. Well, sort of. Let me explain. Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. So why did Thrive Life shut its doors in the first place? Let me try to explain a little bit. There's an overall umbrella organization called Thrive Freeze Dried, and Thrive Life is a wholly owned subsidiary of Thrive Freeze Dried. Thrive Freeze Dried is actually now the largest freeze-dried company in the world. They have plants all over the world, though you've probably never heard of them because they don't sell retail products. They only sell to other businesses. They only sell what's called B2B, business to business. They sell wholesale to large corporations. Things like if you buy a box of cereal and it has freeze-dried fruit in it, for instance, that's probably a Thrive Freeze-Dry product. Thrive Life was the retail division of Thrive Freeze Dried. Like I said, a wholly owned subsidiary. And Thrive Life had its own corporate executives, the people that initially started the company. And of course, we were multi-level marketing, and that was the main retail arm of Thrive Freeze Dry. And somewhere along the line, I don't know all the details, but the ownership of Thrive Freeze Dry changed, and the new owners came in and decided that they no longer wanted to do any retail. They just wanted to concentrate on B2B, business to business. Now, I don't understand their thinking because Thrive Life was very profitable. It was not underwater. It was not having cash flow issues or anything like that. It was completely liquid. It was a completely solid company. So why they would eliminate a profitable company, I do not understand. I never will. But they just decided that they didn't want to do retail anymore. They only wanted to do wholesale to B&B. So they came in to the Thrive Life offices without any notice at all. They just came in and just basically laid off almost everybody in the company in one day. They left a few essential people like customer service to deal with customers until they actually were able to shut it down. They came in and they basically said, in 6 weeks' time, we will shut down completely. Complete shock to every employee, complete shock to the executives, the president and the CEO and all that of Thrive Life. Complete shock to all of us consultants. Many of us had full-time incomes. I mean, Elizabeth and I have been working on our Thrive Life business for about 13 years, and it was our main income. And with no notice, it's gone. We had 6 weeks notice, and it was gone. So, I am personal friends with all of the executives of Thrive Life. And so I know that they had no idea this was happening. They were not at fault. There was not anything that they did. I haven't made a big deal about what I'm about to tell you here on YouTube, but because of you guys and your support, we have had hundreds of customers buying Thrive Life through our links. And because of that, Elizabeth and I, have been one of the top selling consultants in the company for a number of years. Thank you very much. And because of that, I have been on the consultant advisory board for about, 5 or 6 years. So I would meet with the president every month, along with the rest of the board, on Zoom calls. And we didn't have any decision-making power. We were an advisory board, but they truly listened to us, to our opinions, and allowed us to advise them. Things like every time they wanted to bring a new product, they would come to us and see what, they would give us an option of 2 or 3 different products. Which one did we think would work best? Last year, they completely redid the compensation plan for consultants. We worked with them, or they worked with us for about 6 months to get our input into all of that before they actually made any changes. I really appreciate how responsive the corporate executives and leadership at Thrive Life was to us in the advisory board. And so now, because of that, that's why I have personal relationships with all of the executives. In fact, we had Thrive Life regional event that happened here in Jacksonville, Florida, and the president came down for that, he and his wife. And we don't live too terribly far from Jacksonville, and so the president and his wife, during that trip, actually came to our house and spent the night here with us, and we had a wonderful time. So that's the kind of relationship that we have had with the Thrive Life executives. So I know what I'm talking about when I say they are men and women of integrity. They really are. So where do we go from here? Well, many of you, or some of you at least, have suggested that us Thrive Life consultants come together and form our own company and go back to Thrive Freeze Dry as our supplier and try to get them to supply our new company, whatever that is. Well, that wasn't really an option because Thrive Freeze Dry just is no longer selling. Well, that would be wholesale, but they are no longer packaging them in cans. When they deliver to a larger corporation, they're delivering by the truckload or by the train load. They're not dealing in individual cans. So that wasn't really an option. So here's what we did. There's about probably a dozen people on the advisory board, and 6 or I think 7 of us came together for this new endeavor. One of us found another company, a very small company, freeze dry company that was already in existence, and it was owned by Marcelo Sojopoulos. Marcelo, say hi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's so good to be here.
Now, Marcelo already had his own brand of freeze-dried food. It's called Ready Harvest, and you see that here. And he doesn't own his own freeze dryers. He contracts with another company to do this. But this is his own branded product, Ready Harvest. And he was selling Ready Harvest 2 ways. He had a storefront in the Salt Lake City area, and he had a website where he was selling it. And that was it, just selling retail out of his store and from his website. But he also had another division of his company, which he called Thrivalist. There was a website called Thrivalist that he has all kinds of educational products there about prepping. It blows my mind as I look at everything that he's got there as far as training. I'll talk about that in a minute. So he has a lot of expertise about freeze-dried food, a lot of expertise about prepping and the overall process that you have to go to be a full prepper. But he didn't have any experience at all in marketing except just to sell from his storefront. So one of our members of the advisory board, Thrive Life Advisory Board, went to him, approached him, talked to him, and found out that he would be very interested in talking to us more about seeing what we could develop. So basically there are, like I said, I don't know exactly 6, maybe 7 of us from the Thrive Life Advisory Board who have now formed a new board with Marcelo, and we're working with him to expand his business into more of what we're used to with network marketing, MLM. Now, the new company that we're forming is called Thrivalist. I've mentioned that before. It is not an MLM company. Okay, let me clarify that. It is not network marketing. It's an affiliate program. Affiliate program like I could be an affiliate for Amazon. I could market products online. You go to my affiliate link to Amazon. You buy it from Amazon. Some of the other things that I have sold here on YouTube is affiliate programs, not MLM. So I want to make that distinction that we are working with him to put together an affiliate program to help him expand his marketing out into the universe. And he has been very receptive to working with us. He knows, like I said, he knows the freeze dry industry and all the training and all that, but he doesn't know the marketing side of it. So we are helping him put that together, because many of us on the board have a decade each or more of experience in that type of marketing. So he still has his storefront, but he put together a website, our new Thrivalist.com website. I couldn't believe it in a couple of weeks. It was amazing. It still has a long way to go. Still has a lot of improvement, but he took all of his training that he already had on his Thrivalist website, and he took the food products that he was selling from his store, and he put them on the Thrivalist website. So now Thrivalist is the overall company, and we have the freeze-dried food. We have a lot of prepper supplies like water purification and solar lighting, all those kinds of things. And he has a lot of educational products on there as well. So I'm really excited about it, because Thrive Life was, as far as freeze-dried food goes, it was the best in the world. But that's all they had, just the food. They didn't have anything else. Thrivalist has prepper supplies as well as training in addition to the food. Now, since then, 2 of the executives from Thrive Life have come over and joined to Marcelo to work with Thrivalist, and I'm really excited about this, because they're bringing a lot of their expertise and experience from Thrive Life over to Thrivalist. For instance, Thrive Life had the best quality of freeze-dried food that you can buy. And there's 2 aspects to that. One is that it is freeze-dried properly in the machines and whatever, and the other is that you have to have the best quality food to start with into the process. So they're bringing over a lot of their contacts from their suppliers from Thrive Life to get the best food available, and they're bringing it to Thrivalist as well. So I think that Ready Harvest food, by the way, it's going to still continue to be Ready Harvest. It'll be Ready Harvest food by Thrivalist. So a lot of the Ready Harvest food is already high quality, but we will be increasing the quality even more with these new resources. Also, Marcelo and Ready Harvest only had maybe a dozen products or so, and they only had in family cans, number 10 cans, that's a lot of food in here. We will be introducing many new products over the next year. I don't even know how many. I don't even know which ones, but there were a lot of popular products at Thrive Life that Thrivalist does not have. And so they will be expanding their product line. Another thing is that for right now, Thrivalist only has number 10 family cans. They do not have pantry cans. Here's a pantry can. This is a gallon. This is a quart. They will be introducing pantry cans within the next few months. There's no other company that does this. All the other freeze-dried food companies, instead of using this, they use pouches. The can is a much better way to store long-term than the pouch ever could be. But because not many companies are using this, it was actually hard to find the equipment to do the canning for the pantry cans. Well, they've just procured the equipment that they need for the pantry cans. They haven't even got it yet. They just made a deal to buy it. And so they will be implementing that. And it will take a number of months. I don't know how long. 2 months, 6 months. I have no idea. But they will be starting the pantry cans within the next few months. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm excited just for me to be on the ground floor of putting together and designing and developing in one small part, just by my advice on the advisory board, of developing this whole company from a little storefront into a big nationwide international company. Right now, Thrivalist is available in the United States and in Canada. So let me now talk a little bit about some of the educational products that Thrivalist has. Now, this is the Thrivalist website, and you can see here they've got food, many different categories of food in the number 10 cans. They've got water, They've got prepackaged purified water as well as different kinds of water treatment systems. Survival, you can take a look at this. They've got many survival products, first aid kits, and all kinds of stuff. I want to look at the education. They have 3 books here that are available. And then they have some video training courses. I want to start with this one right here, the VIP 5-Day Preparedness Challenge. This is about 20 hours, I believe, of video training on all kinds of aspects of how to get started. If you've never done any prepping before and you want to do that, this is the place to start. It's $597, but I'll show you in just a minute how you can get that for free for a limited time. And then they have the master course right here, which is $3,000. But if you finish it, if you go through the whole thing and finish all the videos, then you're going to get $1,000 in free product back. And if this is the introduction, it's an excellent introduction. This one will tell you everything that you need to know to be a fully prepared prepper. And then they have these down here. This is really cool. This is called the Thrivalist Live Classes. And it's $9.97 a month. And what they do is they do a live class on Zoom every month that you can partake in. You can ask questions. And then once it's done, it's recorded. It's put into an archive where you can go back and see all of the videos, training videos that have been done. So you can join that for $9.97 a month or $97 a year. Or if you become a member, Thrivalist member, $297 lifetime fee, then you get access to the Thrivalist live classes as well. Now let me show you a little bit more about that. So this is the Thrivalist live classes, and these are some of the trainings they have already done. All different kinds of topics. Sanitation and composting toilets. That was their most recent one. At first I thought, well, why would I be concerned about that unless I'm going to live off-grid in a tiny house someplace? But this answers the questions of how you deal with sanitation and sewage if you have a long-term power outage or water outage. Sometimes, in hurricanes and things like that, power or water can be knocked out for weeks at a time, and this will tell you how to deal with all of that. First aid, gardening, medicinal uses of sea salt and bentonite clay. I don't know what that is. I'll have to watch that and find out. Firearms training, bread making during emergencies, precious metals, how to freeze dry for allergies, emergency cold winter survival clothing, thermal cooking. Now, many of these are done by experts in their fields. Some of these guys have actually been contestants on the TV show Alone, Survival, but every one of these are experts in their field, and there's at least one of these trainings per month, sometimes 2, but once it's done, like I said, you can go back and watch all of these. So this is a really excellent way if you want to get into prepping and you don't know anything about it, or you've already started but you want to learn more about it, then these training courses here are what you want. Now, how can you get this one for free? They have a sample pack, a food sample pack right here, special food sample offer. This is a special offer that is limited time. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's still good for right now. You get these 12 samples of the freeze-dried food for just $29.97, and if you purchase this sample kit, then you also get the VIP course, which is a $597 value, free. Now, in order to do that, you have to use my discount code, Live Simple. If you use that when you check out, then you will get this. So you will get, a sampling of the 12 of the different products, as well as the free VIP course. Now, if you've been a long-time viewer of our channel, you know that we do videos on a regular basis that we call Cooking with Thrive, which is demonstrating how to use the freeze-dried food. We are going to continue with that, but for right now, actually, we don't have much Ready Harvest Thrivalist food yet. And it would be funny, it would be weird to start demonstrating Thrivalist food using Thrive Life food. So we are accumulating enough food to start demonstration. Hopefully within the next week or two, we'll be able to do our first cooking demonstration using Thrivalist Ready Harvest food. Also, if you are already a customer of ours with Thrive Life, it's very easy to just switch over to using Thrivalist food instead. Just go to the link and you can just continue. They also have a subscription program. It's kind of like the Thrive Life's delivery program, but they call it subscriptions. When you join that, it's a monthly automated service. You get 10% off of all Ready Harvest food, and you get free shipping on Ready Harvest food. There's not free shipping on the prepper supplies because they weigh a lot more and that sort of thing. But anytime you buy the food, you're going to get 10% off the price plus 10% free shipping. So check that out as well. So I hope you can see why I'm so excited about our new Thrivalist company. It's still under development, as I've said. We're still working on things. We're still adding products. We're still improving the website. But as we add more freeze-dried food, it's going to have everything that Thrive Life had. But it also has these additional products of all of the trainings and all of the additional prepper supplies. So I'm really excited about it because it's going to be a more of an overall prepper type industry. And like I said, this is not MLM, this is affiliate, but it does have one extra level where you can, as an affiliate, I can sign up someone underneath of me for one level down, which is technically not an MLM. MLM is very highly regulated by the Federal Trade Commission, and according to the FTC rules, an affiliate program with one level down is not considered MLM. So we have different rules. So if you would like to become an affiliate to sell these products and to sell the training, you can do that. There's a link down below where you can sign up as an affiliate. There's also a link where you can, if you just want to be a customer, you can go and look at my Thrivalist website. So if you have any questions about it, let me know down below. I'd love to talk to you about it. I know, like I said, I have hundreds of customers from Thrive Life that have been asking me, where do we go from here? So this is where we go from here. Thanks for watching. Live simple, live free. You be blessed.